situations like this, and then there's just like this weird sense of grief because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief, like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy and it's their own fault because of poor choices. A lot of different emotions. But then yesterday, Sean Combs decided to apologize for what we saw in that video. Can we listen?
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Now, when I first watched that video, I said to myself, Negro, please. Okay, he's not sorry. He's sorry that video leaked, and he's sorry he got caught. See, up until that video being released, Sean Combs was denying everything. Sean Combs put out a press release. They put out a press release, him and his team, that said, for the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. His lawyer has been screaming since all these allegations have come out that this is a witch hunt. Diddy is innocent, and these people are looking for a quick payday. You let your son put out that weak-ass record, pick a side, taunting the FBI, basically telling people, keep that same energy when the smoke clears. Diddy, you posted on your page, time tells all. Yes, it does, sir, and it has told us that you are a liar. Okay, this is what I mean when I say people wake up every day and just volunteer lies. Diddy, how are we supposed to believe anything that comes out of your mouth? And furthermore, why should we not believe the rumors of things going in your mouth when you out here volunteering bold-faced lies? You would...
Oh, shit. Nah, Charlemagne cooked him for this one. I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't even think Charlemagne was gonna get to this point. I'm gonna be honest with you. Watching Charlemagne cook up Diddy today, I was like, yo, oh, the industry's saying Diddy's over, man. We gotta get rid of you. It's over, nigga. Damn. Cause this type of cook up, there ain't no coming back. There ain't no coming back. There ain't no coming back. Somebody said Meek and Joe been quiet. Well, I don't think Meek is gonna speak too much about this. I don't think Meek gonna speak too much about this. I think Joe's gonna, say what he gonna say though. But yeah, Charlamagne went crazy on this one.
Would still be lying to us right now if it was no video. You didn't even apologize to Cassie in the video. Nor did you apologize for lying that you didn't do what you knew you was on tape doing. So who was this apology for? I'll tell you who it was for. Diddy's ego, Diddy's brand. Diddy and his handlers are looking at this all wrong. You're trying to salvage his professional career. Let me be the first to tell you, that's a wrap. Okay, you can't take away nothing Diddy has done professionally. Those records stand, you can't rewrite history. But Diddy, your motto was forever, can't stop, won't stop. It's time to stop, okay? Because it has stopped, all right? There's nothing else for you to do other than deal with the consequences of your actions. I don't even know what all the actions are, but you do. You can't run from yourself. You was trying to the last few weeks to run from yourself. Hell, you knew this tape existed since 2016. Mm-hmm. So you've actually been running from yourself for years. I don't care how many times you change your name. I don't care how many times you tell us you're changing your frequency. The best apology in life will always be changed behavior. You can't tell us your behavior has changed when up until yesterday, you were still willing to lie to the people about who you are and what you have done. Diddy shouldn't be worried about the general public right now. In fact, you shouldn't worry about the general public ever again because that's over. The trust is gone. Thought I told you that we won't stop. You must.
No, this is how you go crazy.
You've been talking about lying to yourself because that's the only reason you would still keep any of this going. What's the saying? Trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Diddy, you 54. Okay, you don't have forever. So while you're still here, you need to be focusing on repairing your soul. You need to be focusing on whatever damage you have caused your lineage, your family, and other people. If you and your team are still sitting around trying to figure out how to keep the business going, if you're sitting around worrying about your professional life more than your personal life, then you just need to do us all the biggest favor and turn yourself in for who knows whatever other crimes you have committed that we don't know about, because you can't play with God. Okay, you can lie to your family, you can lie to the general public, but you can't lie to God and you can't lie to yourself. And you know better. What happens when you know better but still don't choose better? You experiencing that right now, Sean. You was 46 in that video that we saw. You knew better, but you chose not to do better, and guess what? You can't run from yourself. Sean, come on, you've been running from yourself for a long time. That's why you keep changing your name. The drugs, the money, the liquor, the women, the non-stop party, that's all you running from yourself. But now, all that has come to an end. And if it hasn't, it better. Okay? You can't just keep changing the top layer. You got to do some real internal work, and you have all the money, all the resources to have access to the best everything. Stop spending the money and using the resources to attempt to cover up your lies, and start using the money and the resources to deal with your truth. Please give Sean Combs the biggest he are.
I'm proud of you.
Okay.
That was really nicely written.
I ain't say thank you. She said you're proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, Clem,
Okay.
thank you.
What you? I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. That was really good.
I'm proud of you.
Testing.
Thank you so much.
That's right. You're pregnant.
All right. Just as weird as you want to be. A clown in the flesh. All that.
It's over. God damn.
FanDuel, your group chat will be blowing up every game of the NBA playoffs.
What the fuck? Give me 1 second. Okay.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
Goddamn calls. We're taking your calls just to hear what you guys got to say. How you feeling? 800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Toya.
Hey, Toya. Good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to talk about what y'all been talking about for 2 hours, which is I am upset that for 2 hours y'all been talking so bad about Diddy, like he's a monster. One girl called up and said monster about 3 times, and my opinion on it is like he's human. Everybody is human, and this happened almost 10 years ago. Which I'm not praising what he did or saying that it's right, but at the end of the day, he's a human being, and 100, like I took like a percentage up of people who get beat up with domestic violence. So that means people every day do it as far as men. Women have been through it every day, and it's like now because we see it or he's a big person, it's like, oh my God, he's the only monster in the world. No.
But that's what I said earlier. You know, I don't like to focus on the individual when it comes to situations like this. You got to focus on the issue. The issue is absolutely, domestic violence, but it is still Diddy at the end of the day.
Right. And are we not supposed to talk about it, babe?
No, I'm not saying that, of course. I mean, I love y'all every day.
Yeah.
So I was excited about it. But it's the point of, like even with this whole, years ago with the whole Chris Brown situation. We still see the Chris Brown. We still respect him as a person. And he beat the shit out of Rihanna. And that was and we physically seen that.
But you know what Chris Brown didn't do? Talking about, what Chris Brown didn't do? Chris Brown didn't lie about the situation. Diddy have been lying to us about this situation for weeks for no reason, volunteering the lies for no reason.
And Chris Brown was a long time ago, but they are still taking it out on Chris Brown to this day.
Yes.
Nobody has forgotten. Nobody has forgiven Chris Brown to the point where they just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Every time he tries to do an award show, every time he tries to get an endorsement, every time he tries to go out the country, they bring this back up. So it has never left Chris Brown.
A long time to start being booked.
And Chris Brown was young when it happened.
Yeah.
I was saying that when it was like, well, he's done. Like, he's just done up. I know Charlamagne kept saying, like, well, it's over. Or
Professionally, it is.
Technically, it's in certain things, but we shouldn't say, like, I was just, again, with the Chris Brown, it wasn't over for him.
No,
So
Chris Brown because Chris Brown was also very young when this happened. Diddy was 46 years old when this happened. And once again, up until this video came out, Diddy was lying to us. So professionally, I don't care about nothing Diddy got going on, and I don't think anybody else will either. He needs to only be worried about his personal life. He needs to worry about getting his soul right. He needs to worry about repairing the lineage.
I agree with
and his
Charlamagne
family.
here.
Anything else don't matter.
And listen, it was over for Chris Brown for a while. It's just it took time for him. No, it was. I get exactly how she feels and what she's saying. Like you said, it's important not to just focus on the person, but the problem at hand. But it was over for a long time for Chris. You know what I mean? So only time will tell with this situation. But like you said, the difference is niggas is lying about I didn't do this. It's for a money play, and still have no sympathy for his victims.
Hello, who's this?
This is Brian.
Hey, Brian, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts, I don't agree with anything that Diddy did, and he covered everything up, and I believe it's a learned behavior. His handlers did it. He's seen them do it. It's like when you become a king, almost. But the most suspicious thing out of all that is that they released this video on the same day that this white golfer runs over a police officer through a barricade, and they have no video of that, but then they drop the video Diddy beating cats.
Hey, my brother from the 843, we gotta stop with these kind of conspiracies. Like I promise you, that's just not the. There's a lot going on in the world. There's billions of people on this planet. There's always something going on, and we live in a world that celebrity and salaciousness will trump all.
Yeah.
So this white golfer doing whatever pales in comparison to one of the biggest stars in the world getting a video sent to CNN of him beating up on another celebrity.
Jesus.
800-585-1051. And I was curious to see, how did the video get leaked this weekend?
Yeah.
Like, how come it never got released in years? I mean, like you said, it happened, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
The fact, like, how did it get released? Who had that video that long?
They went to search the second house after King Combs put that
Right,
on the song.
that's-
After
there you
King
go.
Combs told the feds go search the second house, they went to search the second house.
They
It was in the
Rated
second
it,
house.
and it was right there with the tapes.
Yep.
Damn it, man. 800-585-1051. We're opening up the phone lines. We're talking about Diddy, domestic violence. Call us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day to Diddy.
Sean Combs.
I agree with everything Charlamagne said. Diddy needs help. But then again, this video is from 8 years ago. You know, maybe he's changed since then. Who knows? But it doesn't help Diddy's case, that's for sure. So let's go through this again.
Once everything's perfectly organized, I'll start working on my thesis.
And Facebook, I see y'all too, okay? Chad, I was thinking about starting to stream on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who be on TikTok, but probably also like multi-streaming there too. I'm probably gonna hold off on it just because I do know TikTok's a little bit pussy, like, and they're not ready for certain type of topics. Comments off, okay? And I looked at his other posts, and I was like, oh, okay, he's been keeping the comments on for the most part. But I would think that, given that video, I don't know if this video was meant for sympathy, even though he specifically asked for, he says, you don't have to sympathize with me and don't feel sorry for me. But I wonder what was the aim here. We're going to talk about that in a second, but the caption he had was, I'm truly sorry. Let me play the video in full, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. This is what he said.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full
What you reading off?
responsibility for my
What
actions in that
teleprompter are you
video.
reading off, Diddy?
I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help.
I really hope you did, Diddy, but I don't even think that would have even helped you.
I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Okay. Let's run this apology back one more time, and then we'll kind of dissect it.
We're not gonna watch it again.
Kinda deal.
Sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
First and foremost, I do think Diddy's going through it. Okay? I do think Diddy's going through, and when I mean going through it, I mean he's going through a time where everything he's worked for, his legacy, his career, his possible freedom, is at jeopardy. Okay? This apology video, I was like sincerely confused about, and then really even thinking about the worst moves you could make in the last about 2-3 weeks. I do have to say that this takes the cake from King Combs' pick a sidetrack. Honestly, this 100% just takes the cake, and I'm gonna tell you why. What is an apology if you don't acknowledge it, what you're apologizing for or who you're apologizing to? And that's one of the things I noted instantly when I heard this. Yo, I'm sorry. Okay, what are you sorry for? Doesn't mention, hey, I know there's this video that got leaked of me doing some disgusting, irreprehensible type of things. And that conduct is just out of line. It's out of line with me. Like, again, not acknowledging why you're apologizing makes it seem like a stock apology. Not acknowledging who you're apologizing to also makes it seem kind of, like it falls on his face. To me, I can't understand why did he put this out. I'm like thoroughly confused. And this is one of the times where I would feel like he would know not to really say much, because if there was a time to say much, it would probably be, I can't even say that either. I was going to say when the lawsuit was filed, when he settled, but at that point, why even talk, right? But I think when he did put out that statement, and we're going to go back to that statement, because a lot of people have discussed that statement, because they're saying that, yo, this guy's not apologizing for himself, right? Like, this guy gave an apology really for, he did some self-serving, I'm apologizing just to apologize shit. Because if he really felt like this all along, he would have never put out this statement, which came out months ago, right? For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Okay? Now, y'all gonna have to help me slightly a bit in me trying to figure out the time here, because there's so much is going on. Did this happen? Did this apology happen after he? I think this. No, not apology. Did this post happen after he? After he settled? I don't know if that's still on his Instagram. Is it still on his Instagram?
I think so. I believe so.
Let's figure out some dates here, people. Oh, it's still on his Instagram. And by the way, he had the comments off for this one, right? Now, the timing on this was December 6th, right? When did Diddy settle with Cassie? Diddy settles with Cassie. When did Diddy's... Okay, he settled with Cassie back in November. Okay. And this is one of those things that I'm realizing, because everyone's using this statement against him. And by the way, I do have to slow the horses here. I'm not here to give no sympathy for Diddy. There's none of that, bro. But I'm trying to also be factual, right? A lot of people were saying that this was a statement going against Cassie, but he put out the statement after Cassie. So he already settled with Cassie, right? And Cassie didn't allege anything else afterwards, right? He put out a statement. Cassie's lawyer put out a statement. That I believe came in November. This post came in December. And again, I don't know Diddy, nor I don't know his team, but I think this was probably meant to be the other cases, right? I honestly, and I don't know if y'all looked at it like that, I took Diddy settling in 24 hours as an admission of guilt. I did. I know he said I still ain't do nothing, but I took it as an admission of guilt. 24 hours, and me, I just didn't know where the guilt was, right? I don't know if it was, oh yeah, I really was pimping you out for the freak offs. I didn't know it was like, yeah, of course I gave you 5 uppercuts a week. I don't know what the admission was, but I took that, me personally, I took that as, oh, okay, you're saying that Cassie wasn't bullshit. Despite, even if you want to blanketly, which I think his lawyer had put out a statement afterwards, right? Let's read the statement that Diddy put out afterwards, right? So it says, I have decided, okay, the parties announced on Friday that they reached a resolution, and they disclosed no details about the settlement. I've decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. That's what Cassie said. Okay, let's hear what Combs said, right? We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best of love. Now, his lawyer, I believe, spoke a little bit more, or released another lengthy statement. Let me see. In a response, Ben Brathman, well, I guess who cares if people are using this statement. Diddy did say this shit was lies. It don't even matter if, you know what I mean? This statement wasn't to Cassie. I guess that's the only thing I was trying to correct. This statement, the enough is enough shit, that's to Lil Rod and them other niggas. And of course, there's a 17-year-old situation. And there is another one with somebody else. I think Aaron Hall. Yeah, and then there's a few other random ones that have popped up. So this statement was to those because they were coming out like day by day, and we were hearing more level of detail that we've never heard before, right? Like, yo, he was just openly drugging people. Yo, he's sending people to booby trap to recruit hoes and sex workers. Like, it was getting, every day there was a new allegation. So I think that's why this came out. But let's be honest, Diddy did deny through his lawyer what Cassie had alleged initially, right? So again, you know what I mean? I guess I'm maybe like trying to be too specific. Fuck it, like the nigga denied it, don't even matter. Okay. Regardless. By the way, let me see what his lawyer said before. So at first, the lawyer was like, Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. Wow, okay. According to the suit, all right, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if the lawyer said, let me look up Ben Brafman. Ben Brafman, Diddy. Here we go. Statement. By the way, this is the attorney. This is the attorney. And matter of fact, we'll get into it in a second. Because let me just give my opinions and then we'll go into like what the lawyer had said. Because keep in mind as well, the lawyer who dealt with that particular situation. I'll get into it. Anyway. All right. So y'all heard the apology. I think it's a piss poor apology, man. Yo, I think Diddy has just not acknowledged that his actions of the past is just coming back to haunt him. This felt like someone who was asking for sympathy, but saying he's not asking for sympathy. Like the look on his face, the demeanor, him looking like he's in Bali under this fucking like wooden like little look on his face, scaffolding or whatever. Like it felt like, yo, have some pity on me, bro. Like I'm really going through it. Y'all here saying I'm a bad guy, but I'm trying to work on myself, right? And now I will be one of the people who says I do believe. People to say they're all lying about what you allegedly done or the type of person you allegedly were. People to say they're all lying after you got some help. It feels like you don't get some help. It feels like you're not being you allegedly were. Right? And you know, another ugly part about this is like it felt like Diddy, right? You know, the rumors are true that he purchased this videotape. And I hate the word purchase a videotape. Because, and we're going to get into how I think he got this video. I don't think he had this video at the crib, okay? So when people keep hearing you purchase, this isn't like buying a car. Okay, well, if you don't have a car, I have the car. No, I think he paid for this thing to be destroyed. Yo, delete that tape. Get that tape on out of here, right? Like, and I know some of y'all really think he's that sick, and maybe he is, but I'm just assuming right here. I just don't think he had this tape with him beating this chick at his crib. What was he gonna do? Like watch it every few weeks to remind himself of giving Cassie the beats? No, I think you would want this. This is a guy who has cleverly and diabolically slithered out of every situation for decades. I don't think he's the guy who says, like, you remember that, is it Menace to Society where they kill the people, take the tape, and then they start watching the tape at home? I don't think Diddy's that stupid. Okay, we got the crime on video. Yo, pop it in the VCR real quick. Let's watch the tape off the ass whooping. I don't think Diddy's that stupid. Okay? Now again, I could be wrong too. But we all...
Well, you know, that was... I think that's enough of the Diddy talk for today. Looks like my mic was on mute. yeah, that's enough Diddy talk for today. I'm gonna go through making a beat right now without any MIDI controller, strictly mouse and laptop keyboard. It's possible, and I've learned a few tricks. If you want to stay tuned and watch me make a beat, let's do it. I'm gonna use the keyboard with reason.
Also have to say, if he's that dumb, I don't think he goes
1 second.
damn near 20.
taking this harp. Let's see what we can run with it. We're gonna run the dual arpeggiator with this harp. Let's go. Dual arpeggio is what I meant to say. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this harp idea that I had. So let's just delete these devices. Okay. Let's work with some of the synthesizers we got here. Let's start with Creative Sampler. I like the sounds that come from this device. Okay, let's work with this. We're going to use the dual arpeggio to create some funky rhythm with this. Let's simplify it and go to a quarter note. Okay, let's run with that.
tell you something. In a way that we think is cool. Good morning. It is time to skip the BS. Time for Undisputed. Time to say good morning and good luck to Mr. Celtic Paul Pierce as the Eastern Conference Finals start tonight in Boston. You say you don't need any? Sweet? Probably easy. You said 5 maybe?
5 maybe.
Yeah. So let's see, from here on you'll just win, what, 8 out of the next 10?
8 dinners.
Right? 8 dinners? 8 of the next 10, maybe 8 of the next 9?
Yeah, maybe
right?
so.
Maybe sweep the finals? T-Wolves?
No sweeping.
And also, good morning and good luck to Keyshawn Johnson as his Lakers can only watch the Western Conference Finals as they look yet again for a new coach, apparently without much urgency. Is that correct?
We are minding our business at the present moment.
Yeah.
And
On the couch. Yeah.
We are working on some things. You know, that's what we're doing. We are minding our business and working on some things.
So the Phoenix Suns just said, Budenholzer, we want it. We'll just, boom, we got him, right?
New owner, new money, and you know how it goes when you get new ownership. They just do it.
They just do it.
So we take our time, nice and patient, make some great decisions along the way. You know, consultants, we put it together the right way.
I heard you were a candidate. Is that true?
I pulled my name out a long time ago.
Did you really? You don't want to get fired by LeBron either. Okay.
They're doing a great job with 4 coaches in 7 years.
They are. That's impressive. Yeah. Okay, we'll see how your young head coach starts doing tonight in these playoffs because here we go, game 1 in the East. Wait a second, Celtics are a 10-point home favorite.
The line went up.
Up. So, Paul, you've already given me 12 points for a dinner. What is the score tonight?
I think Celtics, you know, they averaged about 120, 122 points a year. I'll see them get about 125.
Okay.
Winning by, you know, since I got a 12-point bet with you.
Yes, you do. You better make the math work.
It's going to be about 125 to 110. 125 to 110.
Paul Pierce says 125 to 110 because...
Listen, Skip, they just came off a 7-game emotional series with the Knicks.
Yeah.
Physical, emotional.
Okay.
They didn't even have time. I'm not even sure. I'm not 100% sure, but they probably, most likely, packed from New York after the series of games and flew straight to Boston. They didn't even have a chance to.
Why would they go back home for 24 hours?
Exactly. So they've been on the road, weary for the last.
Road weary, worn out.
Worn out, physically and emotionally, and then you got to come into the Boston Garden. Now, I get, you know, the Boston Garden and Madison Square Garden is 2 different things. The Celtics haven't really took care of business, but they're well rested. They've been waiting. They've taken care of all the little injuries you have that you get throughout the playoffs, thigh bruise, you know, jam finger, toe. Except for Porzingis, you know, I think we're going to need him eventually. You know, that's my only concern.
But not against these lowly Pacers.
No, not against the Pacers, I don't think. But the Pacers are better than you think. Don't get it wrong. They're better than you think.
Interesting.
You know, they've only played 1 game. Now, the Celtics won 3-2 in the series, but they've only played 1 game since the trade of Siakam.
Yeah.
They're 0-1.
Okay.
It's not a good sample size yet.
No.
Now, they're 2-2 in the games that Halliburton played. So, a lot of people aren't giving Indiana a chance. I'm not taking them lightly.
You said 125, 110, that's light.
I'm not taking them lightly. I think we get the first game based on the circumstances. You know, quick turnaround. They got 1 day to prepare. You know, we've likely been preparing for both teams for the last 5 days. You know,
we got them winning in 5. Man, that's light.
But I think it'll be closer than you think.
If you win 5 games, I mean, you play 5 games, you win 4. Why is that close?
For the score, it's not going to be, you know, blowouts every night.
That might be true, but
people expect it.
If I lose 4-1, Skip, that means that I didn't have a chance, right? I mean, if my mind serves me right.
Based on you 2 Laker fans, the Lakers were right there. They lost 11 out of 12.
Why are you talking about the Lakers?
It was closer than you thought, but they lost in 5, right?
I interrupted you based on the Celtics. Had nothing about the Lakers.
Yeah, but you're saying, I'm saying it's closer than you think. Just like you thought the Lakers was closer than you thought the Denver when they kept losing close games. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be some close games in here. But I do like the Celtics in 5. I like them by 15 tonight. I'm just game two's when our Achilles heel.
Bottom line, it's going to be closer than you think, but Celtics win by 15 tonight.
Tonight.
Okay.
But I think other games will be closer.
Well, oh, okay.
You know,
Other
I'm
games
just
will
saying,
be closer.
the first game is going to be difficult.
For Indy.
For Indy. I'm saying, but it'll be closer than the other games. I just think that first game, emotional high coming off that New York series, tired, worn down 7 games, and they'll make an adjustment, but I still think we win in 5.
You know, I think they win in 5, right, Skip? I think the score 125-107, which is close to what Paul said.
Oh, so you got her to wipe out also.
Yeah, and here's why. But I also am cautious when teams have so much time on their hands to chill because another team is scrapping and fighting and clawing. Now, that can serve you good sometimes and can also serve you bad depending on how you, as a team, feel about the makeup of that team and how you respond to certain situations. What I mean by that, Skip, is you can be complacent that we got this Indy. Indy just came off a game a night ago, or 2 nights ago. So, 2 days ago. And so now when you look at that, you say to yourself, they still their blood is warm. Yours is cold and gotta warm up. So you might be a little bit off.
Might be.
You might be off. You might be. But I still think.
That's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
I mean, we played 82 games, 2 series, and we're going to be rusty.
No, but all I'm saying, you've been waiting for so long, all of a sudden them shots that's wide open might not be going down.
Or if you look at it on the other side, they can be worn out and beat up
I'm
from playing.
to win.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're not going to win. Yeah. I'm just saying there's a flip side to this too. Right. On top of all of this pressure, Skip, that comes to bear on this particular team that's been to the final 6 of 8 was in the NBA Finals 2 years ago. And I can argue with you and you that every single time that they've been in this final, they've been the better team, but has only come away with 1 appearance in the final. And they could, and I can also, if we want to have a conversation, say that they were better than the Golden State Warriors when they entered into that final.
You can make that case.
You can make that case.
Lucky folks, my name's Olivia and I want to tell you why Betty is the fastest growing online casino in Ontario right now. Now I'm here because we've talked to so many of the players and I want to tell you the top 5 reasons why you should try playing Betty. Number 5, play epic games, like seriously epic. Whether it's Gates of Olympus, Sweet Bonanza, Sugar Rush, Wolf Gold, Money Train, or hundreds more, we have games for literally everyone. Number 4, real people are winning big and small every day. Win in real time too and withdrawal in minutes. Players are raving about how fast it is. Number 3, 86% of our Betty players have given us a 5-star review. Number 2, it's so easy to play. All you have to do is head over to betty.ca, select the game for you, and start playing. And number 1, you'll get Betty coins every time you play that you can redeem in our exclusive Betty shop. See you in the game.
Yep. And so this pressure, along with the rest, could, have you scratching your head at the end of the night. I mean, it could. I didn't say if. I said could.
I didn't say if today.
So, you see what I'm saying, Skip? I give it all, although I do believe tonight they win, they were 3-2 in the regular season. I think they win tonight 125-107.
Okay.
That's 18 points.
That's 18 points.
Yeah, but I think they win though, man.
Dinner, I'll be eating good.
In the neighborhood, I really like my chances tonight with 12 points. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to throw out everything that happened between these 2 teams in the regular season because the last time they played was January the 30th. It's been almost 4 months since these 2 teams have seen each other. And a lot has changed, especially for Indiana, since January the 30th. But I will remind you, in that January 30th game, it went to the wire, and you guys blocked 2 late shots to save the night and made 2 free throws late to sort of close it off. But very quietly, a kid named Aaron Neesmith, who went to this little tiny school up in the hills in Tennessee called Vanderbilt.
Where's that at again?
Vanderbilt. It's somewhere, it's lost in Tennessee. It's a Division IV school, I think, somewhere up in the hills of Tennessee.
I thought it was a JUCO, not a JUCO.
And somehow your Boston Celtics drafted Aaron Neesmith in the first round out of Vanderbilt University before you dealt him, right?
Yeah.
You finally dealt him to Indiana, but he likes to play against you guys because once upon a time he was a Celtic, and then you guys said, no, we don't really see it.
Really develop him.
Yeah, didn't really work out. So now he's a Pacer going back to Boston, and in that fifth game that you played against them on January 30th, he did score a game-high 26 points in that game. So he is capable, and he's also capable of defending, as you know, at a pretty high level, as you saw him on Jalen Brunson. So I kind of like that fit of Aaron Neesmith going back to Boston. He could be an X factor tonight. You have to watch him. So what did I see from the Pacers coming off Game 7? Well, all they did at Madison Square Garden in a Game 7 was shoot the lights out at Madison Square Garden, because no team in the history of the NBA playoffs has ever shot the ball better than they shot it in that game. So again, are they just going to suddenly go cold when they change gardens, when they go from Madison Square to Boston? Are they just going to go completely cold?
6'8" and 6'9", challenging those shots.
Really?
A player that's 6'2" or 6'3". A player like who's beat up, back hurting, toe hurting, elbows hurting. We don't see that on our side.
Okay.
I mean,
but your rim protector, your shot blocker, has a calf pull, and he is already ruled out tonight. So he's not even going to make a Willis Reed appearance tonight, right? Okay, so you don't have the guy in the middle. You don't have a unicorn to change shots at the rim, while Miles Turner just quietly plays big for them. I don't know. I'm looking at his numbers for.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, for the playoffs, he's 18, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks a game. That's pretty good. And
That's solid.
Would you believe he's shooting 46% from 3? Because every time he drifts out there and they say, "We dare you," he just says, "Okay, I got this," and he's making 46% of those 3-point shots.
On a lot of those
He was. Well, they dared him.
New York didn't have the ability to switch.
Okay.
Now, Boston would have the versatility on defense to switch out, so we're not leaving them open at the top.
Okay.
So that percentage is going to go down. And he doesn't like to post up, so we're not worried about having a post-up threat.
Okay. So, what do I tell you about your team? I've said this all year long. You live and die by the 3, and I don't love it for the best team in basketball to live and die by the 3-point shot, because it's just scary. It's dangerous. It's risky.
Take and make
it's
more
fluky. It's like aberration games where if suddenly if they make 20, you're cooked, man. But if they just make 10 or 11, you got a shot.
Long rebound.
Yeah, you never know, right?
You take and make the most.
Yeah.
And you're the best shooting team by as far as makes.
Yeah.
You know, and you're up there with we're top 5 in percentage too. I don't mind it.
Okay.
You know, we're in a 3-point shooting era, and we're one of the best 3-point shooting teams.
Okay, so I got one tiny little stat, and you can laugh at it if you so choose, but since the All-Star break, the Indiana Pacers did make some new commitment to playing defense. Rick Carlisle's been talking about the last couple of days that we just got sick and tired of what we were seeing, because they were scoring the most points in the league, and they were giving up the most points in the league.
Yeah.
And it's not a formula for deep run in the playoffs. So since the All-Star break, they have been the 4th best team in the league in guarding the 3, in defending the 3. So they match up that way. They're good at that. They do that very well. So is it possible that you're going to see something that you haven't seen for a while, which is hands in face from the 3-point line?
Well, DiVincenzo disagrees with you on that stat, because it looked like he shredded them from 3. And, you know, if we're talking about the Knicks didn't have 5 3-point shooters they can put on the floor at all times. So how are they going to cover that?
Okay.
I mean, all these stats sound good, and then this window dressing and window shopping and all this makeup and smoke and mirrors sound good.
So leading the league in points per game is smoke and mirrors.
No, that's not. That's all good. But when you give up the most, what's that?
All right, and I'm going to give you guys this, and just offensive efficiency. When you pile up all the offensive stats, You guys were number one, but they were number two. So again, do you think they're afraid of you?
What about defensively?
Okay, you have been much better than they have been until they made a new commitment. So the season-long stats are going to be skewed a little bit because they were awful defensively, even though they did make it to the finals of the first ever in-season tournament, right, against your Lakers, Keyshawn.
Yeah, well,
They got there.
I think really they should be judged off of since Siakam's been there, because that's who their team is.
Yep.
So you can take all those games that before Siakam played and wipe them out.
He came in mid-January.
Yeah, so from mid-January on, that's who they are.
Okay.
You know, because they added an all-star piece, a championship leader, so that's who they are. But I just think great stats. You brought up some great stats that they sound real good.
Okay, and by the way, they also, the Pacers, it wasn't just they were running and gunning, even though in pace they were second to, believe it or not, Washington and just pure pace. Just, you know, Indiana 500 pace, right? Indy 500. Here, that's what they do. They're going to push it.
Oh, man.
Right?
Looks good, sounds good. I mean, looks good, sounds good, Skip. I mean, it's just like, you know, I've been out on dates where she looked good, dressed good, smelled good. Conversation was terrible.
Really?
Attitude was terrible.
That happened last night?
No. So I'm not
Sounds
buying.
like it's
I'm not,
fresh on your mind.
So I'm not buying all that. I'm not buying all of that.
Pacers led the league in percentage shooting. They made 51% of their shots for the year. That's pretty good, right?
How confident are you in them getting 2 games?
I just like one game. So
one game, okay. I mean, all those stats
J-Man.
are all good.
J-Man, this is a shout out to you.
Elite of the elite.
Being the first
You do
user or first viewer to comment.
Before he got hurt, he just was manhandling them. He had his way on the boards. He was driving coast to coast on them.
So
now they have to deal with 2 or 3.
Do you go anywhere?
So, I think for this series with the Pacers and the Celtics, I think this thing could go 6 or 7. And tonight, it wouldn't hurt. It would not hurt to put $100 on the Pacers. It would not. If the Pacers have any shot, they got to take tonight. J-Buck, you know what it is. I will not forget. I will not forget. But while we are waiting on the next stream of content,
If I paid them, that means I paid them. The judges. The judges. I paid the
Villarino debates the greatest villain.
Whenever it reaches that point where I can knock him out and get my bread within 10 seconds. That's the thing. It's like
Mike getting some money.
You go. It's the longer it goes, it kind of goes against Mike. Right, tired.
Mike done made $100 million for a fight. He ain't doing this shit.
I mean, if Mike,
I'm gonna tell you this shit.
If I'm Mike, I'm gonna do exactly what I did my whole career. Ding ding ding, boom.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be a hook to the body and 2 to the head, and get ready to get out the way of them.
Yeah, I just don't. You can put all the rules you want in.
Gil's
you
Arena
can't
right now.
trust the instincts.
That's
That becomes that's why you gotta wear
It's live.
Yeah, it's the
YouTube,
fuck that head. It's that body blow, that uppercut. Listen, you got the head, and then you got this thing called the chin strap. I don't know if they know Mike Tyson's uppercut. You better come out there with a whole pad right here. You better have a chase plate. You better have metal right around here.
Shit like that Locks old skit on the album. Put niggas in their back, you gonna need a chest plate, chest bag. Fucking Styles now.
I was. I mean, that's what I said. It's one of these fights to try to make him legit as a fighter.
The wrong guy.
Right? I get it. He was better off going with
Adrian Broner.
Roy Jones.
Adrian Broner.
He could have fought Adrian Broner.
Oh God! See that motherfucker? You can't trust him either.
Yeah, man. For the money, you could have told him exactly what to do. He ain't Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He ain't bit a nigga in the ring.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner got Don King behind him. You saw him? You saw Don King? He holding on.
And you got.
He holding on for dear life.
He was finna go out that bitch. I don't know who he fighting.
See that, but Adrian. The problem is him. He I can get my name back with this white boy. Like you don't know what he thinking.
He gonna lose.
Adrian on purpose to take dive.
No, he's just gonna get beat up. Yeah.
What's so funny is they said like aesthetic wise, hands, arm length, speed. He was probably one of the pound for pound, one of the most talented.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did. So he is.
Absolutely. Talent wise, Adrian Broner.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Just happened to be from Cincinnati.
What is it?
Aaron Pryor. We can go down to just Cincinnati, certain parts of Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati near and dear to my heart, but just certain parts of
You think it's too late for him to turn it around?
That's way too late. Way too late.
He's only 30 what?
He is in his 30s.
It's over.
I mean,
You think he's over?
Big fights and all that, ain't no big fight. He can't beat nobody that's worth anything.
Like if he just said, if he just locked in.
It's too late. Too old.
He too old?
Young guys,
He locked
because he got to fight because he's gonna be fighting at 147, 154. I saw they fight at 154 on Saturday.
I want to go against Floyd Mayweather.
This dude got like 19 fights. He gonna put him out.
Is it too late for me to start my boxing?
Listen,
We got to do a watch party. Fight is July 20th.
I'm with that.
Underdog.
July 20th.
Cut the check.
We'll just be coming back from Vegas.
We will be at Summer
July,
ladies and gentlemen.
July, I'm thinking June.
Yeah, July.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be in Vegas for June too. Want to see Tank and Frank Martin.
Is it gonna be a good one?
Gonna be a good bump.
Hell yeah.
Gonna be a good bump, dog. I got Tank.
All right, well, let's get back to our Celtics discussion. So a few years ago when the Celtics started the season with a 23-24 record, there were talks of splitting up the Tatum and Brown duo. That team went on to reach the NBA Finals. Now Brown is playing in his 6th conference finals. Tatum's in his 5th with 1 finals appearance between the two. But does it seem like Jason and Jalen are penalized for always being contenders but never winning a ring?
Because you play in Boston, man.
I mean, they've been together for a minute too, though. So, I think I was talking about them splitting up, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're still under 30, so it's tough.
But when do you though? So if they don't win it this year,
I'll try it one more time.
Sheesh.
I'll give it one more time.
But that's what I'm saying.
Might as well go 10 then.
What I'm saying, no, think about if they're making it, one made it to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times, the other made it 5 times in 7 years, right? The only way you trade one of them is if you are guaranteed this is person that's taking you over the hump, right? You can't restart.
No, it ain't restarting. It's just maybe it's not the right fit. Probably it's good for regular season success, but when it's said and done, when it's time, when it's on the line, maybe it's not the right fit. I'm not saying because.
But is it?
Is it them? Is it the surrounding cast? Is it the coaching? Is it what is it? Is it something?
They live and die by the 3 too much.
Has it been so the matchups they had in the Eastern Conference Finals? So go back with each year, which Miami, Milwaukee.
You want to go
back to Jaylen Brown's first? Jaylen Brown's first one.
So we can go back down memory lane. So first one, lost to the Cavs 4-1.
Okay.
Next one, lost to the Cavs 4-3 Game 7.
Brian.
I think that was LeBron. Tatum dunking on Bron.
Braun and Braun. That
don't count.
That don't count. That don't count.
2020, they lost to the Heat, and that was in the bubble, right? If I'm not mistaken, 4-2.
That's the Heat that went to the championship. Championship.
Yeah, Lakers won the hardest championship in NBA history that year, for anybody keeping score. 2022,
Milwaukee
beat the Heat in 7.
They beat the Heat.
Yeah.
And then went to the championship.
Lost to the Warriors in 6.
Believe you remembered that.
2023, again, lost to the Heat in Game 7.
I was in Curtis's basement.
Yeah, we're down 3-0, came back. Don't let us get one. Jaylen Brown said.
It seemed like
the first two, the Bron joints. Okay, we get yours. Okay, we get y'all those.
Yeah, and in 2019, they lost second round to the Bucks. That's when the Bucks got them 4-1.
But we as far as Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So they lost to the champs. So they lost. So we got 2 LeBron, 1 Giannis.
No Giannis.
I'm saying just the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're even. But the Eastern Conference Finals, just the 2 against the Celtics is.
See, then you think about this. So you think about even the age. You're talking about they're Ant-Man. When they're losing to Miami, they're Ant-Man right now.
But it's 2 of them.
Yeah.
It's 2 of them.
But they wasn't even old enough.
Anthony Edwards by himself, basically.
But Anthony Edwards with an older team.
He has a better team.
Yeah, he has a better older team that he can be young and make young mistakes, but he got people to clean up. They are the focal point at that age and everybody around him that age. So
there's a lot of pressure on the young guys.
Yeah, I think probably what. So they're 25, 26 and 27 right now. Probably I'll stick it out until 1 more year. No. And you got to give me 3. I want to see what they look like at 29, 30. Because I know at least them 2, with whatever cast we're bringing, they're going to at least get us to the Eastern Conference Final.
I don't think they're going to be that.
Wait, hold on, man. You moving
they're not waiting that long. They're not waiting 3 years.
Oh, they're going
to win the championship.
And then what? Because if I get rid of one, am I bringing back somebody who's going to help me get to the Eastern Conference Final or the champ? I can't. I would be stupid. I don't want to be Philly. Right? Where, we're right there, number 1 team. We just.
I'm going to show y'all one of the funniest interviews between Cat Williams and Joe Rogan. Because I feel like Cat Williams just has an answer for everything that Joe Rogan throws his way.
This is a switch bike. This is a switch bike.
And feel about that ride,
Yeah.
transportation and people have a love story.
Yeah, that's really the only object that I'm really into. Like I'm
Vehicles?
into vehicles. I'm into mechanical vehicles.
Right.
There's like something about mechanical vehicles that just speak to me. I love them. I love looking at them. I love sitting in them. I love driving them. It's just like, it's one of the things that people say, like, money can't buy you happiness. That's definitely true. If you're fucked up, you're not going to get happier if you get rich. But if you're already reasonably happy and you can afford a nice muscle car, god damn, you'll feel happier. You will feel happier.
But every time.
Every time.
So what I'm saying is, when I got the 67 Chevy Camaro, I needed no other cars. I was complete.
Yeah.
When I got the Grand National, you couldn't tell me anything. There was nothing on the highway that was of my ilk.
Yeah.
But I've felt that
Cat
way.
Williams just has an answer for everything.
12, 13 times. That's what makes it real love.
Yeah, they give you real joy every time you drive them.
And you feel like that character in that movie. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, you drive a 1970 Chevelle, you feel like John Wick.
yeah, it's a sacred place. There's music there, there's recklessness, but there's safety.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it gets to the essence of a being.
Yeah. Recklessness, but there's safety. I think it's a thing that won't exist 100 years from now. I think automated driving will be mandatory. I really do. I think we're about 100 years away. 100 years away from no personal automobiles. No control of your vehicle. We're going to stop all crashes. We could stop all crashes and all highway deaths. Come on, Kat. Won't you contribute and give up all your rights to drive? We're going to stop all death.
Yeah, it's not, but understand that all of these things have financial benefits, and then they use those perks you just mentioned to get you in. But
That's how it's making money.
I believe that it'll be mandatory, but for practical reasons, like this thing where the police want you and they have to chase you and you may get away, those days are done.
Yeah, they're just
You
gonna
see what
shut
I'm
your car off. Yeah.
Your car is going to do what they tell it to do,
Yeah.
which is get behind this patrol car and follow us to the station.
There's
Lock the
speculation
doors,
that they've had that for a long time, you know. There was that famous journalist, Michael Hastings, that was his name? There's this journalist, I don't know if you know the story, but it's pretty crazy. This guy went to Afghanistan? So Afghanistan with the troops. And he was only supposed to be there writing a Rolling Stone article about this general for a very short amount of time. But then there was a volcano in Iceland, and the volcano in Iceland stopped air travel. So this journalist from the Rolling Stone was embedded in this troop.
I feel like
and they started
question
talking
that
shit.
Joe Rogan asked.
And he started reporting the shit that they were talking, including
just has an answer
disparaging
for it.
comments that the general had said about Obama. So the general
Be
gets
right
back.
back.
He has to retire. He has to, it's the Rolling Stone exposed. It's a big deal because everybody loves this general. So he retires, and this Michael Hastings guy is on the run, and he's terrified. He's telling people, if I commit suicide, I did not kill myself. People are threatening my life. And then he's going down La Brea, and his car is going like 120 miles an hour and just slams into a tree and explodes. And there's a video footage of it. This dude is just flying down the street, hits a tree, and the car explodes. And they asked security experts at that time, I think it was like 2005, 2005.
What's up, Jay?
Is it possible
And
to control a vehicle remotely?
anyone who's tuned
So does
in,
your vehicle have a computer?
we're gonna
Your
get
vehicle has a
back
computer they can control.
live on the stream in
Period.
about
There's a way.
hour.
And they know that.
And
Gonna
they've been
sign
doing
off
that
for a bit.
this is
and get home and
2010.
restart
So this
the
is
stream
14 fucking years ago.
again. Thanks for tuning in.
If they could do that then, what can they do now? Let's just shut your fucking car right off.
That's what this article came out. I'm sorry. So I think the accident was 2013.
Oh.
Yeah,